Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, I am playing the Tier 9, special, at least for the time being, what will become a regular part of the, we'll call them the heavy German destroyer line, I guess. Felix Schultz. Now, the first time I put a video out about this, it was a fantastic game, but I don't think I had the captain set up properly, and I wasn't really using the ship to its best advantage. In fact, someone made a comment to that effect in that video. Despite the fact that, if I do say so myself, I was able to help salvage that, what looked to be probably a loss, to make it a win. But in this game, I've got the commander spec not for torpedoes and detection, but everything basically is set up for guns. So you can see the range is much better. I've got 15.1 kilometers on the range, and this was the first game that I played after making these changes, and I decided, really, I think this thing probably needs to be played a lot more like a cruiser. If I had a cruiser that had 12-kilometer range torpedoes, just real slow torpedoes, how would I play it? And I'll play it that way. Now this quote-unquote cruiser has the advantage of having smoke, which is pretty awesome, and also does not have a citadel, which is even better. So with that as an introduction, let's take a look at the matchmaking. Definitely some big guns in this game. This is a mixed tier match with some 10, 9, and 8, but even the Kansas and Massachusetts at tier 8 are a significant threat. As long as I keep my distance, I should be fine. I'm going to throw some torpedoes across here because very often what you'll get a destroyer that'll try to push up. Well, I'll just show you here. Well, I guess I can't right now. The island's to the right of where I'm looking right now. That often will push up kind of on the north end of that. So that's why I threw the torpedoes up there. I don't want to push too far north. There's not the threat of aircraft, which is wonderful. Thank you, matchmaking. And really no radar. So, maybe you can get closer, you might be thinking, but I don't want to run into Friesland, and I don't want to run into Kleber. While this ship, has pretty hard-hitting AP, it's got a long reload. You can see that damage there, 6,100 in the first volley on the Bourgogne. But it's not going to be able to, just to slug it out with another destroyer at close range, especially if that destroyer has a fast reload. But you can see that with broadside opponents, you're able to do some significant damage. Now Bourgogne's, he's trying to get out of there. He didn't want any part of that, but he slowed down, so I went right back to him. Now he's got a lot of hit points, but I was able to do a little bit there. See what I can do on Lepanto. And the way I've got myself positioned, it's difficult for any of their destroyers to get torpedoes on me. You can see the way that the islands are configured there. Only a destroyer that is kind of in front of where my ship is at would have much of a chance, and I'm angled up for that. Rune is angled to my AP. Trying to use his rear guns. Smart, it's a good play. I think Rune is arguably best when it's got its tail end pointed at you. So now I'm kind of wondering, now that my smoke is gone, will I be detected if I fire it? And I am. So you can see the Kleber way out there. Hollande and Buffalo are kind of giving him a hard time. So I'm going to just, turn around, go the other way a little bit. I'm not moving very far, and now just see what I can do as far as damage on the Lepanto. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, our guys are kind of all bunched up. And I'm looking at the mini-map here, and I'm watching our guys kind of bunch up here. We got Lepanto, Richelieu, and Tirpitz, more or less in the same square. And that's rarely a good idea. Now I can kind of understand on this side because they're probably having to deal with some focus fire. Yeah, it's a wing and a prayer throwing these torpedoes out there, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Is he going to run into the island? Nope, right behind it. No, he did. He ran into the island. Just going to have to back up a little bit. Able to pick up a little bit more damage there. But he accelerated away from any other damage. I'm just tangled up in case he returns fire or in case the Benson torpedoes arrive. There are 3 ships over here. Kleber, Benson, and Lepanto. And our Hollande is understandably not wanting to push in there because if he gets detected, he may have 3 ships all firing at him simultaneously. And that, when you're in a destroyer and you've already lost, well, he's lost about, what, a third of his hit points? If you want to stay in the game and be able to contribute, you've got to play a little bit more cautiously, just put it that way. So what am I going to do? Well, I came out this way to try and slow down any push that might happen, but they're not pushing. They're definitely not pushing. If anything, I think they're falling back. Lepanto he's still headed this way, but he's going to run into, hey, there's the Kleber. He's going to run into fire from Richelieu and Lepanto, and torpedoes potentially from me and the Hollande. Now Kleber, he can take damage from AP on the side. You can see he's aware of that and he's accelerating to try to get away. Now I'm going to have to watch out for potential torp strike from him, but can I finish him before he goes dark behind the island? Oh! Hollande did. And Lepanto is in some smoke, so line of sight is broken. Get some torpedoes out there in case he decides to kind of bum rush this side. And that might open the door for our Hollande to, if he decides to run a little bit south, be able to get torpedoes into his side. We'll see. Now I know there's a Mogami there, so I've kind of cruised into this area hoping to catch him. Now there might be torpedoes coming through this gap, so I have to be careful. But if I can get the Mogami's broadside at this kind of range with these guns, well, you'll see. It's these guns hit really, really hard. And he is going to turn and show me that side. And he's got all his guns kind of pointed the wrong direction. A little too low there. This one will probably be better. Oh, I accidentally switched to HE. That is heartbreaking. Just hit the wrong key. Happens sometimes. Yeah, I really was hoping to get three volleys like that. But, no, I blew it. Lepanto just kind of weaves his way through most of the torps, so I do catch him with one. I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't switch back to HE here and try to get some fires going, but I don't have smoke for another 2 minutes, and I don't want to push up into this smoke because it's only going to last for a minute. I might be able to get another torp strike out here and help finish him off. Now, why did I throw torps behind? Well, because if Hollande goes down, I expect Lepanto will probably turn in this way. And if Hollande doesn't go down, the second set of torpedoes was for him. Now Mogami has come back. He is a glutton for punishment. Maybe I can finish him here. Let's see. I think I aimed a lot more effectively there, yeah. Left him with 440 hit points. Somebody's going to finish him here in just a second. Would have loved to have picked up that kill, but what are you going to do? And our Richelieu goes down to the Lepanto. I'm going to push center here, just on the off chance that one of their DDs decides to come through this way. Just checking in to see how my torpedoes are doing. That does not look too bad at all. Would have loved to have gotten that kill too, but oh well. There's the Friesland. Got to be careful with Friesland. It's got really good long-range hydro, so he can push right at you, smoke up, and still see you with the hydro. And Felix Schultz does not move particularly well. Now, I'm looking to get torpedoes on the Lepanto here, and was not really paying attention to the fact that I hadn't seen Bourgogne in a long time. And guess what? Not much chance I'm going to survive this. He's going to get the other set of guns off here in a second. I'm just trying to do what damage I can, which unfortunately was not a whole lot. I had 15 penetrations. I did a little bit of damage there. And that's it for me. I got caught by the Bourgogne, but I did get these torpedoes off. And catch the Lepanto. Now at this point we're down 3 ships. Bad guys are down 6. Taking a look at the totals, we've got about 260 point lead. And I think we're in a good position to win this game. I was able to land 121 shells, 8 torpedoes, 1 incapacitation, 4 citadel shots. Thank you, Mogami. 3 floods. Detected a ship, despite the fact that especially the way that I've got it built up now, it's I don't even have the concealment expert skill. So I was able to spot one thing, and finished off a ship, and picked up almost 165,000 damage. So why show you this one? I mean, I got blapped. There's still quite a bit of game left to play. Well, basically just to show you that despite the fact that I had a little bit of success with the ship before, I think this build is much better. And I'll be sure to put the build up as the thumbnail for this video so that you can see how I have it set up. It's very different than what I had set up before. I was running my Gunther Lutyens, who was set up for things like Z39, 44, and Z52, which where I'm really, it's not solely torpedo focused, but where there is some focus on torpedoes and a little bit less on guns, and certainly those ships I want to try and take advantage of concealment expert. Now my team here is well, they're in pretty good shape. I think the Kremlin's probably in trouble. He's pushing into their entire team. He's the only thing for anybody to shoot at, really. Hipper's trying to get some shots on the Friesland, but that's a very small target to hit from range. And Kremlin just keeps eating shells. Kagero and Khabarovsk are, well, down goes Massachusetts. They were just chasing him down.
Unser Team hat die Führung übernommen.
Kremlin really should go hard to the right now, but he's just showing a lot of broadside. And the rune AP, well, that's nothing to laugh at. And he's also got, well, he's got 2 runes out here. Well, a rune, yeah, 2 runes and a Bourgogne. And now he's finally turning in, but this point, too little too late. I don't think he's going to be able to. Yeah, he's going down. That's it. But this game, still firmly in the bag. We're down 5 ships. Bad guys are down 8 ships. Kaba's going to be able to get guns on the Friesland, and Kaba's guns are very accurate, even against a small little target like the Friesland.
Gefecht endet in 5 Minuten.
Now, Friesland does have the advantage of being the one running away, and Kaba's moving toward him, which shortens the total distance of travel time for the shells. And the opposite is true for the Kaba. He's got a, he's trying to hit a target that's getting farther away from the shells, if that makes sense. But still, Kaba's just should be able to finish off Friesland. Looks like Kaba turned around. Yeah, maybe he just didn't want to take the fight any closer to the ruins. Might have been a good idea. Now you can see our Minnesota, Hipper, Buffalo, and Siegfried all pushing center. Somebody's got Runes broadside. That hurt, but didn't finish him. Kagero's going to be able to get torpedoes in Borgogna's face. So what do you think? I mean, have you played any of these heavy German destroyers? If you have, I'd love to hear your opinions of them in the comments. Now, Friesland moves back and he's got Kagero spotted, so Kagero goes ahead and opens up on him. Kaba's also going to open up on him. Kaba's positioned a little bit more advantageously, but Friesland's about to go down here. One more shell and that'll be it. And if Kagero has got smoke available, he can just smoke up there and survive it. If not, it really won't make any difference. He's still pushing forward. Maybe his engines are out. I think he'll probably go down to blind fire here. We'll see. No, he survived it. Minnesota takes out the enemy rune. Now it's, they've only got 2 ships left, and they're going to be running into the corner. Borgogna does blind fire. Kagero finishes him off. So what I was saying is, have you played these heavy German destroyers? Do you like them? How do you have them set up? What are you building them for? Is it a gun-focused build, a torpedo-focused build, kind of a hybrid? What do you consider the advantages and disadvantages of that particular DD line? Do you think they're fun to play? Love to hear your comments. Or I guess more accurately, read your comments. Well, still got 2 minutes here. But I think at this point, I'm going to just say that I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of it. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you'd consider liking and subscribing. And I'll see you next time.